This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. It didn't take long in 2018 for big news to break in the board gaming world. In fact, the first day of the year, New Year's Day, Jamey Stegmaier just yesterday announced some big expansion for Scythe from Stonemaier Games. So I'm going to talk about what's in this new expansion, why it's so important, and comment about it as I go along. Well, first of all, this expansion plays either the 1 to 5 players of the base game, or it can expand up to the 7 players that came with the Invaders from Afar expansion, and it's compatible with all expansions. Obviously, that's sort of a no-brainer these days, but obviously, you know, Jamey's gonna make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed to make sure people that have all the expansions can still play this new expansion. Now, there's 2 different ways to play this expansion, which I think is fascinating. I'll get more to my comments then, but let's go through the 2 different ways. One is a campaign mode. This is going to have 8 episodes that you'll play through, and then, you know, as you go on, different things will happen. So first of all, there's going to be some components that are in secret tuck boxes. So at certain times throughout the campaign, you're going to be going through tuck boxes almost in a legacy type fashion, but it's not destructive. So let me get more into this. So let's talk about what comes in here. You're going to get 13 plastic minis, 62 wooden tokens, 2 custom dice, and over 100 cardboard tokens. But the big thing about this, you know, Jamey just came out with Charterstone, which was his legacy game that was really good that I reviewed. But legacy, and even that one you can play afterwards. It's not completely, you know, you have to throw the game out. It's great that you could play that, but it still was sort of a destructive sort of game where you're putting stickers on a board and some things are no longer going to be available. Now there's a recharge pack with that to help with that. But still, this is very different. This is replayable, resettable. It contains the surprises, as I talked about in the tuck box, and it unlocks different things, and there's some persistent elements that are in there. As soon as I heard this, when I first heard about even just the campaign, I got excited. I've been playing a lot of Scythe lately. Even over the holiday break, I think I played it 4 times. It's easily becoming one of my favorite games of all time, and I know I haven't even reviewed the game yet. I'll try to remedy that over the next few weeks, but I love the game a lot. When I heard about this, I was really excited about campaign mode because I like that. I feel like campaigns are where things are going a lot with both just base games and now obviously with expansions. And I like this because a lot of times I'll get a game and I love it and I'll get the expansion and still, and a lot of this has to do with me being a review and I'm always having to play new things. But even though I love a game with expansion, let's take 5 Tribes for example. It was my expansion for the year, Whims of the Sultan. I still haven't played it as much as I would love to over the holiday break where I had a little extra time. But you know what, if there's a campaign there, I'm really wanting to go back there because I want to get through the entire experience. And I think this campaign model is going to be a great one. It's going to be one we're going to see a lot going forward. And I hope it is because it does make you want to play the game more. It's going to get a game to the table, so I like that. But the best part about this is this replayable aspect. Now, I loved the Fabled Fruit game. It was the Fabled system from Stronghold Games. Designed by Freedom and Freeze, and I love that because it was resettable, replayable, contained some surprises, rules changed as things went on, and I love that, you know, I could stop it halfway through, go with a different group, reset it, start over. I like when you got to the end, it's not destructive, you can just play through it again, and I love that aspect of the Fabled system, and I love how Jamey's doing that here, having it be replayable and resettable. I think that is awesome. Now, so once you go through the 8 episodes, you can replay it again. Of course, you'll know the secrets and things, but you can reset it. So if you play it with a different group, that's cool. However, if you're one of those people that are like, oh, I do not like campaign modes, I just don't like them. Well, Jamey's thought about something else too, is instead of or after you finish the campaign mode, there's a modular mode. There's 11 different modules. They have different various combinations that cater to different player preferences, and you can play with all the different modules or any sort of combination of these. So you can pick the ones that you like that play to your player style, your player preferences, and play with these modules, and you'll still get a different new experience if you don't like campaign mode. I love campaign mode, so I'll probably play all the way through, and then maybe mix up the modulars of how I like, and depending on who I'm playing with. And even some more pros. We talked about the components that are in those secret tuck boxes. Now, I'm going to stop right here and say I'm obviously super excited about this, and I've already told you the reasons why. I'm going to start talking about some of the things that Jamey had mentioned in a forum yesterday after the announcement. He got a lot of questions, and he answered some of these. Now, none of these are complete spoilers or anything like that, but it does give a little bit more information of what's changed, what hasn't changed. So if you want to know nothing more and you just want to know the general basics of what the expansion is, but you want to keep everything totally secret, then now would be the time to shut off the review, this sort of overview. But if you want to learn just a little bit more without a whole lot of spoilers, hang on, because these are basically forum notes that Jamey had replied yesterday that I had seen. So one of the questions was about combat. Someone's like, is combat going to change? And Jamey had explained that no, it took so long to get combat to where it was. I love how it works. We love how streamlined it is. Even changing it a little bit will just change the game drastically. People would either attack not enough or attack too much. So it doesn't change the system. But we can guess that some of these modules, or one of them, or maybe more, can offer more combat opportunities. So people that wanted more combat, you're probably going to find this in this expansion. I like that. He also mentioned that you can play with different player counts each game, and I love that, because a lot of times with campaign games or things that are ongoing, you can't have people come in or can't have people drop out. Now, granted, if you're halfway through, there's going to be some new rules and new things going on. You'll probably have to bring up to speed, but the fact that you can, it doesn't stop you from doing it, I think is a real positive with this. Someone also asked, are you stuck playing the same faction through all of the campaign, all 8 episodes? He said, no, you'll have the opportunity to change factions every few games. Again, that also sounds like a very positive thing, that you can swap around and do different things. You're not stuck playing the same faction. What if it's someone's first time playing Scythe? They got this, they got everything. They're playing through like, oh, this faction stinks, and this isn't my play style. I'd like to do something else. You have the ability to do that. I think that's really cool. Now, someone asked about the replayability of it. Like, would you want to play through it again? And, you know, Scythe has a built-in variability with the different factions, the different boards. But Jamey did say, you know, there are some different paths you can take during the episodes, during the campaign. And some modules create a lot of variability just inherently in. So could you have this same exact experience in the episodes? It's slightly possible. If you played the same faction, the same board, did all the same decisions, it would feel somewhat the same. But he was sort of getting to, well, if you play different factions and you make different decisions and there's a lot of variability built in, so that even though you might not see the surprises before, it will still feel like a different puzzle if you play through it again. I think that's really cool too. The last thing is, he talked about what would, you know, there's 1 or 2 twists each episode. You know, one of them is going to be, you know, a twist for the setup and a twist for the end game. But they tried to keep the ongoing new rules as a minimum, and I think that's good, because you're not going to be over clunky with new rules, but there'll just be 2 twists each episode, which changes things, unlocks things, different things happen, and I think that's really cool. I'm super excited about this. I like Legacy games in general, even though this is not Legacy, and that's why I like it, because I like Legacy, but the part I don't like about Legacy is they're very long. They take up 15, 20 plays. You got to usually play them with the same group, and then you're kind of done. And with this, it leans more towards that Fabled system, where it's very flexible. Changing players, changing factions, playing it multiple times. It's repeatable, replayable. Then you can separate out and play each one. This sounds like an absolutely brilliant expansion. I cannot wait. It's supposed to be coming out Q3, so that sounds Gen Con-ish to me. But I hope to comment more on this further, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of these, try it out, and give you a full review once I've played through the episodes and the different modulars. And there you go. There's the announcement and commentary of the new expansion coming out later this year from Scythe from Stegmaier Games.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.